Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today for you guys, we are rating Clash Royale win conditions. If you guys don't know, you're saying, why don't you do Clash Royale on the channel? I play Clash Royale a lot, but I play it on my phone, and I just don't really record on my phone. I don't want to get it on my iPad, really, which is what I record videos on, and I don't really record videos on my phone. I just kind of play Clash Royale. So I do play Clash Royale. I'm in Electro Valley, which is 3,400 trophies. My main deck currently right now is 2.6 Hog Cycle, which, if you don't know, is one of the kind of more well-known decks. A lot of people think it's trash, but there's just some people out there that think it's good, and I totally agree. It's great for defense, and Hog Rider I thought was the worst card in the game, and now that I started using 2.6, I love Hog Rider. But we're rating win conditions, and win condition, I don't know if Bandit's a win condition or Royal Ghost, but this is the tier list that was made. Win conditions are things that can easily win you the game in one push. For example, Golem. If they don't have anything to stop the Golem, it's going to take the tower. Balloon, E-Barbs, a lot of these, Royal Giant, even Royal Hogs, Sparky, Skeleton Barrel, Expo, like all these are win conditions. I don't know, Miner, Miner's a decent win condition, I guess. Mortar's not really a win condition, but yeah, Graveyard's a good win condition. Anyways, we're getting right into this. I will be at the beach tomorrow, so I might not be uploading much. I'm going to upload a lot this summer, though, hopefully. I'm going to do a lot of tier lists, because I love tier lists. So we have F, failure. D for under average. C for consistent. Highly viable is B, and meta. Okay, Balloon is so meta right now. Balloon freeze is really, really annoying. Like in my trophy range, when I see Balloon freeze, I don't have much to stop it. I use Cannon, which 2.6, maybe Musketeer, but still usually gets like a hit off, and it's just so annoying. One of the best win conditions in the game, Balloon, if you play it right. Bandit, again, I don't know if this is really a win condition. If it dashes on your tower, it does a lot of damage. I'm going to say it's consistent, because it does do a lot of damage, but it's not like a crazy good win condition. Battle Ram's actually under average. There's so many buildings in Clash that to distract this thing. It gets taken out kind of easily. Like a skeleton army would easily take it out. Fireball would probably do the trick. It's really easy to take out. Even one elixir like Ice Spirit Skeletons combo, that should be able to maybe take it out. It does hurt a lot of damage when it connects to the tower, and 2 Barbarians spawn, but it's just not the greatest win conditions. Elite Barbarians, highly viable. Elite Barbarians are so good. Just, if they lock onto the tower, it's GG's. Like, you can't stop it. I played a weird deck. It's like a Tesla E-Barbs freeze deck. My E-Barbs are really under-leveled. One push with E-Barbs freeze and his tower was done completely. So if you play E-Barbs the right way, once again, it's like Balloon. It's such a good win condition. Giant, yes, that is a win condition. Giant's under average. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Even if it gets to the tower, it's so easy to, like, things like a cannon, maybe like a Tesla, Inferno Tower, destroys Giant. Goblin Barrel, meta. It's so annoying to face Goblin Barrel, essentially, since I'm a player who does not use it as a card, because it's kind of low level for me. And I don't know, I just don't like the card using it. It's so good. Even if they use log and arrows, once that is out of cycle, and you bait that out, and they use the log on something else, then you use the Goblin Barrel, and you just get so much damage. Goblin Barrel, and 3 Elixir. Like, it's obviously one of the best win conditions in the Goblin Giant is under average. I mean, it's consistent. It's okay because it's a giant. It's 6 Elixir, but it has Spear Goblins that shoot out the back, and then when it dies, 2 little Spear Goblins. Golem is actually highly viable. If you know how to play Golem, you just put it in the back or spam it at the bridge. If it gets to the tower, it's pretty deadly. And obviously, most people would be like, oh, use Skeleton Army or Cannon. But if you have like a Zap or like a Fireball, like you could stop that and Golem locks tower and you win. Graveyard, consistent. Graveyards are really, actually highly viable. Graveyard's a decent deck. Definitely if you have Graveyard. 5 Elixir, it's like a Skeleton Army except it's scattered around the tower, and if you use Log on it, it's not taking out the whole thing. So you're still going to get a lot of value and maybe make your opponent waste Elixir. Consistent. I played 2.6, so I have to put it in highly viable. I thought that Hog Rider was like one of the worst cards in the game. And I was like, I'll play 2.6. I leveled up 2.6. I've been playing it for a while now, and I love that you can just get little chip damage with Hog Rider. And all you gotta do is spend Hog Rider and a Log. Because at my range, most people just use Skarmy to try and counter. So it's really easy to stop. You get a bunch of hits in, your opponent gets angry. And then you just play defense and win with 2.6. That's the win condition if you're using 2.6 for people out there. Because Musketeer is not a win condition. Fireball is not really a win condition. Lava Hound is consistent. It's 7 Elixir. It's kind of hard to stop, too. But, like, once it locks tower, it's okay. But, yeah, it's just 7 Elixir. It's kind of expensive. I'm going to put it under average. I don't know. I mean, Miner is consistent. Miner's 3 Elixir. People at my trophy range, if you use Miner, they spend so much to just try and get that Miner to not get no hits at all. Like, they use, like, skeletons. They'll put, like, a cannon and a musketeer in the back and wall breakers to try to kite it for some reason. And they'll use, like, our arrows. Like, they do not want Miner locking tower. But really, Miner does not do that much damage. It's a good win condition, though. It gets you enough chip damage. Most Miner decks are going to have really strong defense. So I can see why they put Mortar as a win condition. It's an insanely good defensive card, and it does really good damage to the tower. I would say Mortar's definitely consistent at the top. Good defense. It can lock tower and do lots of damage. Take out a Skeleton Army in a hit if they put it in the back, and chip away at the Golem. Ram Rider is actually decent, consistent. I don't really use Ram Rider, I mean, if it locks tower, it's like doesn't even do insanely much. I don't know. Ram Rider's not that great. I'm going to put it in under average. Rocket is meta. Wow. Rocket is annoying to face. You're like, oh, my tower's at like 300 health, 400 health. I'm going to win this game with this one last push. And then they just rocket. Rocket cycle, I don't really face that at my trophy range, but I know it's definitely a thing. And I can see why, because it's a very overpowered card right now. Royal Ghost is highly viable. It's not an insane win condition, but the ability of it being invisible and stuff. But, like, 1 Elixir Skeletons can take it out. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in consistent. Royal Giant is actually consistent because if they don't have a building, it doesn't matter if you put a Skeleton Army. It's still going to probably lock tower for a hit or two. Royal Hogs are highly viable. I mean, Royal Hogs are great. If you play them the right way, they're just overpowered. Again, something that people use in my trophy runs all the time is Skeleton Army, Skeleton Army, Skeleton Army, Skeleton Army. That's the counter for everything. And that's why you have to have an arrows in your deck. You can get some chip damage on the tower with arrows, as well as taking out a full Skarmy and getting a ton of damage with Royal Hogs. And for 5 elixir, they're definitely worth it, I would say. Okay. One thing I'm angry about in this tier list, they didn't have one of my favorite cards in the game, which is Royal Recruits, but that's okay. It's not really a win condition. It's just a good card. Skeleton Barrel. I mean, it's consistent. I mean, it's okay. Not really much to say, because I hate facing people in like 2v2s where they just Skeleton Barrel, clone, mirror. Yeah, annoying. Sparky, highly viable. Sparky locks tower. It's a good game, well played. But it does get distracted easily. Like, once again, if you use 1 elixir skeletons, they're going to make it load up its shot, shoot, and the skeletons already get enough damage. And a log completely cancels an attack. So you can get a lot of... Sparky can be countered, but eventually, if they have no elixir, your opponent, you push a Sparky at the bridge, what are they going to do? 3 Musketeers. Under average. 9 elixir for 3 Musketeers? I mean, I guess if you really did the math, 3 regular Musketeers would cost 12 elixir, but 3 Musketeers is not great. If you split lane them, it's okay. If they lock tower, it's really good, but, like, it's so hard at 9 elixir, especially if you're running a 3M deck. You have to wait till double. You're not going to be able to use 3M in single elixir. Wall breakers. Wall breakers are meta. This one I might get actually highly viable. Wall breakers are so good. Just so good. And lastly, Expo is failure. Just kidding. Expo's under average. Actually consistent. I really am serious. Although I hate Expo, facing Expo, it's just not the greatest card. It's when it locks tower, it's really, really annoying. 6 elixir, though, is a little pricey, and it can get distracted pretty quickly. If you use, like, an ice golem on it, too, that ice golem eats up all the shots and stuff, and then you can use other stuff. So that's going to do it for the video. Ranking Clash Royale win conditions, yes, there's none in the failure. If I had to put one in failure, I would actually probably put Battle Ram. Just because with all the buildings and counters, Battle Ram is just, if you lock tower with it, you're the best player ever. Best card in the game out of these top 3 meta, Goblin Barrel and Balloon for me. 2 best win conditions in the game. Rocket, you're so close. Royal Hogs, Golem, E-Barbs, all that stuff's right there. Hog Rider, you're close. One card that I really like in this, that they put in this, was Mortar. Because I can see that value of Mortar only costing 4 elixir, and you can actually get tower damage. That's going to do for the video. It's a little long one, but I really hope you enjoy kind of my in-depth talk about each card, and I'll see you guys in the next video.